Hello, everybody. Chris Wood here. September 13th at 7:03 p.m. After a full day of being completely and totally numbed, a full day of my skull being completely and totally swelled, the right side of my body being fucking blown up with air or something. I'm getting serious burning in the back of my head. My skull is swelling up. As it stands right now, Jason Gimpy Two-Step Van Alstyne, you are guilty of attempted murder. You are guilty of my identity theft. Dale Hartwick, you are guilty of attempted murder. You are guilty of my identity theft. Tony Anthony Hearns, you're guilty of my identity theft. You're guilty of attempted murder with Dale Hartwick, your boyfriend. Blair Frederick Hardy, you're guilty of attempted murder. Bill Wooldridge, 149 Center Street North, you're guilty of murder. You're guilty of attempted murder. Blair Frederick Hardy's guilty of murder and attempted murder. He murdered my mother with Bill Wooldridge, or the one known as Bill Wooldridge. Tyler Lake, guilty of killing my dog, guilty of attempted murder with intent to commit. Ray LeBlanc, guilty of attempted murder. Robert Berry, guilty of attempted murder. Bert the Hitman Hustler, guilty of attempted murder. All o.p.p. drug-fed, money-paid pieces of shit, human traffickers, sex slave traffickers, drug traffickers, and guilty of my identity theft with the intent to traffic frame, which have already happened to me. I've been slave trafficked for a full year while I was homeless. The injuring, the torturing, the medical blacklisting, the lies, the cover-ups, the false arresting, the time buying, the arrest refusals, damage is done. Time has been bought. 5 years. I spoke police crimes. Dr. Tatiana V, aka Margie V, your name and file falsifying doctor at Lennox and Eddington Hospital. You're guilty of attempted murder with intent to commit and cover up. Erin Brown, or whatever her name is, patient relations, is guilty of having me falsely arrested, guilty of attempted murder with intent to commit and cover up. Ex-CEO Wayne Coveyduck is guilty of attempted murder, guilty of causing me serious lung damage, guilty with intent to commit and cover up. Having me falsely charged, the time buying, the treatment refusals, discriminations. Time has been bought. You completely helped a piece of shit junkie and lowlives commit identity theft, and by doing so, you are guilty of ending the Wood bloodline by doing this. o.p.p, along with the hospital and doctors who are criminally involved, calling me a delusional, hallucinating retard. Treatment refusals, discriminations. Look what the fuck you did to me. You're turning me into look like Jason Gimpy Two-Step Van Alstyne, a fucking crackhead who is a low-life piece of shit. He is an inbred junkie. He is no fucking good. This is what happens in Napanee when you speak o.p.p. crimes. You go through full physical fucking identity theft, skull deforming, serious skull deforming, brain and body damage while being labeled as suicidal self-harmer, while being labeled as a drug addict or user, so they can use those narratives when they're torturing and murdering their victims and having it covered up. Congratulations, o.p.p. Nice fucking job you did, you bastards, using this piece of shit fucking junkie and the rest of your crackhead, meth-fed fucking bastards who are aiding you doing this for me, for revenge because of me speaking of your sex slavery trafficking and homeless exploitation for monetary gain out of the Morning Star mission. Time has been bought, damage is done. One way or another, someone's going to answer for this. This is what happens in Napanee. This is police revenge against me. They had my mother stalked and murdered. They had my dogs killed as well. One way or another, somebody's gonna fucking answer for this. I am not going down for a Gimpy Van Alstyne who is o.p.p. Robert Kane meth-fed piece of shit, crackhead, low-life junkie in Napanee, Ontario. If they'd done this to me, how many others? I was shot by ex-o.p.p. Chief Toot in August of 2019, drove a white Jeep Wrangler before he left Napanee. Kidnapping, sex assaults, blood and piss forcing, false arrest, a criminalizer, and an attempt to, and also to get my pictures, prints, signatures, and everything they needed for forgeries, framings, and frauds against me using these fucking bastards. I've been proven crime, and I can't do anything about it because it's through the police and through the Hardy Boys, their bosses, and these low-life fucking pieces of shit.